I want to talk a moment today. This is my last series of salary negotiation on the power of the recruiter. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the world that you are in. If we are meeting for the first time, my name is Holly Lee. I am a career coach. My passion is to help you land a job with your dream company of choice. 100% of my customer who came to me is all purely for Amazon. Why is the recruiter so powerful at Amazon? Not at any other company, but why Amazon? Work for other big player where the recruiter has no say. No say whatsoever. In fact, a lot of the company out there, when recruiter shows up, what is called a debrief or hiring committee, where we sit around with everyone who have interviewed you to talk about your feedback. Or in a lot of the company, they don't even have that. The people who's evaluating your feedback don't even meet with you, and you're never going to be in their team as well. When it comes to the debrief process, companies are very different, and I'm a big fan of the Amazon process. What I mean by debrief is that minus Amazon, a lot of the employer will look at your feedback. They will say yes or no. Let's just say that you are flown in from India. I guess the person who's scheduling your interview forget that you're coming in from India. So they should never have your interview start at 9 a.m. the next day. They should always give you a day so that you could recuperate. A lot of the recruiting coordinator and the recruiter miss that step of knowing where on earth you're coming in. The number one thing is, well, this person is really monotone. They look like they're not interested in person flown in and his or her flight landed at midnight. Let's just assume that it takes an hour, if even that quickly, to a hotel, and this person have to get up and physically be on site, which is for the interview. They're exhausted. And as a recruiter, my challenge to the interviewer and everyone else during the debrief is that the only reason to not give someone an hire? If it is, then we shouldn't have that as a bottleneck. This is a very important piece of information of the power of the recruiter. That's just one of my favorite example in how a recruiter can get you that offer. For those of you who's watching right now and you are a recruiting professional, you seriously need to focus more on candidate experience. Okay? You guys need to do that. I've been doing it for a lot of years. It's not that hard. You need to do that. And just because you have a lot of pipeline right now in making your hire, it doesn't mean that you can ignore your candidate recruiters or don't even get on the phone to prep them for the onsite. Stop with the email thing. That's called laziness, recruiters. All right? All right. Because my job is to not tell you what you want to hear. My job is to tell you what you need to know in order to get a job. If you follow every single thing in my channel, in my playlist, and showing up to my live stream, you will eventually land a job with one of these companies and not just Amazon. A lot of the folks thinks that when you work for a big company, you already know the system, you know the tool, it's a piece of cake. Hang on there for a second. Yes, it is true. The system is the same. The process may be the same, but depending on the nature of the scope and the product that you're supporting, because Amazon has so many thousands of products and services, you know it's not going to be the same, and it's impossible for them to align the same process throughout the entire company. The mothership of all thousands and thousands of startups. Welcome, 1950. You are also my new pay YouTube member. Thank you for supporting my work, being here. Sylvia as well. Talan, thank you. Rosal Lopez, I think you are new. Welcome. What can you do if the offer letter for a summer internship that says you cannot negotiate this offer letter? If you look at my relocation salary negotiation, which is part 2, I talked about the benefit of being an intern, because with an intern, they actually give you a lot more perks like relocation, housing, and all that, where they don't necessarily give you that in other roles. That is true. That's a fact. I'm not really sure why. They treat interns very well. It's not just Amazon. Microsoft does the same thing. In fact, at one point in my career, quite a few years ago, I was doing a research where I wanted to compare Amazon's intern offer package with everybody else, and everyone makes pretty good money. Even intern, they get compensated very well. They get their housing taken care of, the utility bills paid. Do I need to go on? You don't negotiate because as an intern, you're already getting a lot of perks. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, what's the problem here? I will have an interview with a recruiter for a senior category manager role in Lux. I haven't heard you talk about much about this role. Could you please share some tips? That I've gone through is you could be interviewing for a senior category manager, but I guarantee you, you would be a good fit for other position as well. That's why I don't hone in on just one specific position, but I'm trying to tell you how to create great storytelling so that you can answer all of the behavioral questions as well as tying them into leadership principle specifically for Amazon. To answer at least my top pick, for example, walk me through the most innovative thing you've ever done as a category manager. If you're able to really answer that, you're going to hit the leadership principle 80 to 100% of the time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for all of you guys, if you have no clue what I meant by that, you need to go and watch my Amazon leadership principle question and examples. Okay, I have a lot of example and template in there that walks you through. If you're able to answer those questions, guess what, guys? Your answer is going to be tied with the position title. Because once you do, it will force you to think big, it will force you to dive deep, and you'll be amazed. Laura, there's quite a few of you from Europe that's here. Congratulations, you got an internship. I remember you telling me about that, Della. Congratulations. This is amazing. I'm very happy for you, my friend. That's awesome. It sounded like you may be interviewing for the facility team. You know, Amazon is a really cool place, guys. For those who are in my group coaching cohort, and a lot of you guys are watching right now, thank you for also coming in and supporting my work. I have a lot of VIP member who's watching. Means is that even though my goal is to help you pass your Amazon job interview, but my ultimate goal is to use the exact same strategy and to see not just one position, where else would you be a fit for, even within Amazon. Provide specific example. I think I'm going to repeat this about 10 times in this live stream. Every single thing you guys answer to the interviewer, it doesn't matter what position you are interviewing for, you must and you have to provide a specific answer. If you don't provide specific answer, it will begin to sound very vague or generic, okay? You don't want to be a general person. You want to be an expert for the position you're interviewing for. If not, they're not going to give you an offer. I know that sounds very cold, but I have to say that because most people will right away, the first thing that comes to their mind is very general versus diving a little bit deeper, spending a couple seconds and really honing into what your situation is, what your task is, what problem are you solving for, guys? And the most important thing that 90% of people miss is they just go from, here's a problem, and by the way, this is what I've done. I have no clue what you have done. So you have to say very quickly in a couple sentences describing what exactly you are able to add business impact and what was the result of that. Say that 99% of all the folks that I've ever worked with, even the time that I was an Amazon employee, they don't know how to end their story. So this is what I mean by the star format. It's not an Amazon thing. I did not copy Amazon's process or whomever that invented just the STAR. But I invented my version to keep it extreme concise. Because if you guys think about this, right, even up until I just 30-second to 45-second, no one does that. And how I came up with that is because I've been in all of these big companies and I know they will fall asleep yawning if you don't get to the point quickly. Oh, you're interviewing in Seattle and you live in Florida. This position will be remote during COVID. Is there a way to negotiate another location or indefinite remote work? Well, that really depends on the team and your hiring manager. That's a really good question, Roselle. Anything can be negotiated with the right leader, which is your future manager. You don't want to raise red flag of out to you that everything is going really well. As you're negotiating for the offer, that may be a very good time for you to talk about possibly is there any other location that is remote. Keep a lot of the things that's personal aside and don't talk about it. I will not go there and basically tell the Amazon recruiter or hiring manager that I'm looking for a remote because all my family members are in Florida. Anna says, now I feel like I should be a recruiter. It is, guys. I'm telling you, don't undermine your recruiter. I mean, to me, a best recruiter is not the number of hire. Cut it out. It's not how quickly you can hire. It's about the quality of your hire. It's about how well you build relationship with everyone who's watching right now. It's about you making them feel like they know what they're getting themselves into, recruiter. What happened to back in the days where, we were holding our candidate's hand, we are getting on the phone, we genuinely want our candidates to do well, and even if they fail the job interview, we're working so hard to find them another home. What happened to those talents? So odd for me because when I started my career, I literally have to walk the pavement. There's no Google.com, there's no Yahoo. There's like no ATS system. LinkedIn doesn't exist where I have to leverage the unemployment agency to look for everybody. Yes, go to the university and look at everyone with a specific degree, the alumni group. I was chasing them down. First job is with big company. They just don't know how it feels to work hard in landing the right candidate because you guys are all coming to them. Candidates are like you and I, recruiters. Yes, I'm preaching to the recruiters, and trust me, they are watching. If they're not now, they will be watching. That's not is Holly, will you write my answer for me? The conversation is pretty much done there. Okay? No, I do not write anything for you, but I will tell you exactly what to do and bring you from here to here within 2 to 3 months. And that is my job. All right? And I'm really, really grateful for a lot of you who are here. Some of you have already landed a job offer and you remained to come back and support my work. If you are interviewing for a leadership role for level 6 or 7 or even 8 at Amazon, you don't want to miss my Friday live stream at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time.